I was working all day today. Make an AMV. I almost lost all hope. This doesn't work out. So let me go read some PGR. Coded song. Oh, not guild. Oh, misclick. Actually working so hard on that IMV made me tired. Let's see how good I can read. And it's a reading node. The ones we like. Oops. Climbing the ladder, the ground underfoot begins to rumble slightly. The source of the rumbling not only comes from Kamu fighting against the enemy down below, but also from the hetero tide rushing toward Chrome from above. Facing the surging wave of hetero creatures, Chrome is forced to defend his position in front of the ladder. Also, I should be live even though I scheduled this stream, right? Yeah. Starting early, I grabbed some food. I just didn't want to like. We are live. Let me double check. Is it still like going at 5? We are live. Yeah, we are live. Alright. Error occurred. Alright, whatever. Facing the surging wave. Oops. Why are you coming here if you were here? This much. Facing the surging wave of hetero creatures, Chrome is forced to defend his position in front of the ladder. Even if the corruption of his frame reaches critical mass, he will still continue to fight. However, this is no foolhardy self-sacrifice. Rather, sensing that the level of corruption is no longer rising, he detects something about this strange anomaly. Bam. I'll take a page out of your playbook. As long as he can hold on a little longer and intercept the enemies rushing toward him, his determination might just be able to pull off such a Hail Mary. Even then, he can barely keep such an unspeakable plan suppressed in the bottom of his heart. Chrome takes a step forward. His sight enveloped in lightning slashes the hetero creatures, smashing wave after wave into pieces. But right as he catches a glimpse of victory, he hears the sound of ominous footsteps slowly approaching. Him. I'm sure you'd think it's a miracle if you made it out here alive. Are you still choosing to sacrifice yourself to save your comrades? Chrome remains silent. He stands firmly and continues to block the oncoming wave of hetero creatures. Interesting. The hetero creatures in front of him suddenly halt their attack as if they had received a signal. Most leaders shoulder immense weight. They rise fast and fall even harder. Seems you are no different. Have a great time, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Dectors. Hello, Toxic Lover. But I won't let that day come. Faced with Chrome's conviction, Vonnegut quietly walks forward. Electric currents of punishing virus hiss beneath his feet like raging waves, as if to tear the narrow space apart. Show me everything you've got. Countless crimson tendrils leap out from the ground and strike, all targeting Chrome's inver device. Chrome remains undaunted. He dodges the attack and rushes toward Vonnegut. Just as he is about to reach his opponent, he picks up the motionless remains of a nearby hetero creature with his sight as a shield. Blocking the attack, the golden lightning from his sight unleashes a thunderclap. Clang. Chrome strikes Vonnegut's defense barrier with all of his might. You've already tried using brute force. Think again. Chrome grips his sight tightly, condensing all of the lightning into the tip of his blade. With the scorching heat of a meteor strike, he smashes Vonnegut's barrier once more. Following a slight cracking sound, the tip of the sight finally manages to penetrate the seemingly indestructible defense barrier. You can still maintain consciousness at this level of corruption. You are indeed a splendid seed. That's a cool name. I can't stay long with you guys. For now, I will be back. Love you, Valics. Don't love you that course, but hey, thanks for coming by. We figured out our relationship yesterday. I did not expect you to be like that. Dectors, I did not. He looks at the weapon puncturing his defense barrier and nods in faint appreciation. What you lack is not courage, ingenuity or skill, but pure raw power. As I've said before, the speed of humanity's technological progress can't ensure victory. But the potential and progress you have shown me, I'll give you some more time to blossom. He places his hands behind his back and deactivates the punctured defense barrier. He takes a step back, noticing Chrome at his limit. As a sign of respect for your bravery, I'll call them off your comrades. Right as Vonnegut finishes speaking, the hetero creatures within the waterway quickly recede like the tide. One more thing. The transport craft you flew in on has been constantly sending eyes in search of you. They are no match for corruption, but that doesn't mean they will stop recording. If the investigators recover them, that could spell trouble in the future. So I've had Cinderelic take care of the transport craft for you. Said that there were some other issues, but that doesn't concern us, so Cinderelic didn't get involved. Is your loyalty really worth it? Light and darkness coexist. Don't you share a similar view? Faced with Chrome's answer, Vonnegut simply smiles and says nothing more. He turns and walks into the dark tunnel. Climbing up along the corroded floor, Camus squeezes through a half-collapsed hole. You're back. Everything okay? Seeing Camus return, Chrome wants to stand up, but the split legs of his frame make him unable to maintain balance. Even a cursory glance shows that his frame is seriously corrupted and damaged. I was going to ask you that. Take a good look at yourself. I was going to ask you that. Take a good look at yourself. Fine. I don't care what you say. We need to get you to a doctor. I've already tended to the captain's wounds. At least his injuries won't get any worse for the time being. Let's hurry back. There's nothing more we can do here. Alright, we're all here. Let's get going. Captain, let me carry you. No need. I can walk. Chrome responds coherently, but the others can tell he is struggling to hide his fatigue and that he is barely holding on. I know I said to stay awake, but I didn't say you had to stay moving. Exactly. Once you said your wounds will get worse if you keep at it. We need to get you back ASAP. Are you still here because of me? There's only one transport craft back. The one that brought you here is gone. We left you here, you might be attacked by that agent again. Kamui, grab the captain and let's go. You got it. Chrome tries to refuse, but Kamui throws him over his shoulder without much resistance. Unable to move due to his serious injuries, Chrome has no choice but to give up the struggle. Full speed ahead. After Strike Hawk evacuates, two shadowy figures emerge from the scorched ruins. Can he really make it back with those injuries? I've done what I can to stop his punishing concentration from rising past the point of no return. He should be able to make it safely back to Babylonia. Really, these guys. Are you telling me those are not Vonnegut and Cinderelic? The figure in the shadows lets out a soft, cheerful laugh. Are you sure it's not them? Why would you hide them? Even if he manages to hold out, I'll take him over a month for his frame to recover. Why the special treatment? The man laughs and points at her forehead. This is a declaration of war. I need to keep him alive so he can deliver my message to those bastards playing mind games right at my doorstep. Mindling. They didn't use the normal word mind, they used this mind, the construct's mind, not human's mind. That's important. It is Cinderelic and Vonnegut, she has the wing. Unsure at what this means, the girl tilts her head to the side in confusion. Forget it, I'm just trying to lure those snakes out of hiding again. After all, to them, only the dead stay quiet. But in the past, you did whatever you could to cover our tracks so the humans couldn't find us. Now you're bringing them right to us? This isn't the first time we've made our presence known. Just stopped for a brief period of time, really. Ever since I first laid my eyes on the red tide, I knew that the future foretold by Ascent was within our grasp. Lions can't expect to capture an elephant merely waiting in the shade. Now is our time to go on the offensive. Not to mention, Alpha is going to stop at nothing to redirect humanity's spears away from Luna and on anyway. So you're telling me Alpha knew about these guys and Luna knew about these guys? Chapter 14, more like chapter reading, am I right guys? You're so right. The Sausage Party chapter, it really is, bro. It's boys only chapter. Even if you kill them, the same thing will happen in the future. You can get rid of Alpha, but then Luna will just become the next ticking time bomb. And we don't know where she is. How are you, surprise dog? Have you started playing Umamusume, bro? It's about time. I've been collecting food to feed the red tide. If they're willing to send us delivery, all the better. I'm sure she will express her sincere gratitude for such a mutually beneficial victory. Are you worried about him? Yes. Relax, dear child. I've never known a human to return to Earth after arriving in Babylonia. You'll never see him again. I've never known a human to return to Earth after arriving in Babylonia. Okay. Our priority now is your mother. I'm sure that won't be the last of them. I'll leave you to protect her. I'm needed elsewhere. Maybe? What do you mean maybe? Certainly. The girl nods, then takes the crystal pyramid from him. Crystal pyramid. Do you know what this does? Yes. It's a Honkai cube. The transport craft steadily enters low Earth orbit. Kamo enters the isolation chamber, while Kamui and Wanshi show sign of trepidation. Wanshi inspects Chrome's invert device again. Though his frame was heavily damaged from battle and corruption, his invert device is relatively intact. With all this damage, even if everything goes according to plan, you're going to be out of commission for over a month. Chrome forces a nod. Feeling weak, he can only lean against the cabin wall. Dark sky outside the window makes him drowsy. Prior to their departure, Chrome cancelled the countdown for the distress call and sent an emergency evacuation request to the nearby task force, hoping that they stop their search and rescue mission. Evacuate ASAP. If the squad encounters the agent, there will only be one outcome: death. For Chrome, he had long since grown acquainted with the word death. It is war. He recalls what his father had said to him. Death is inevitable. That is also what his father had said. As long as you are a soldier on the battlefield, your day will come. Lumi. I've already applied for your transfer. Thank you for your outstanding performance during the mission. Also, something Smith said. He's like, Few old memories fill Chrome's mind. Before that, he had experienced a catastrophic failure, but that gave Chrome a new life. What about this time? Even if it was the worst case scenario, at least I protected everyone. With this feeling, Chrome recalls the thought that had flashed through his mind right before his final encounter with Vonnegut. It wasn't the worst case scenario. If only he can hold on to an ounce of hope. If he is able to transfer into his new frame early due to the damages sustained in battle, since Valics has been the only one resistant to corruption, he will be able to temporarily free the commandant to stabilize the corruption and other issues caused by mind deviation. That's smart, that's smart. Working alongside Valics, Chrome will have a better chance of destroying that secret base. And then what? Langston, you know what to do as my son, don't you? Gather everything that is of use, put them together, then create a perfect me. I'm going to achieve this goal my own way, Dad. But this goal, no matter how sought after it is, it cannot be his final destination. Looks like I'm going to spend a month in Star of Life while they repair my frame. Considering all of the surveillance lately, perhaps spending a month in the Star of Life recovering will be more suitable for the opposition's plan. During his meeting with Valics, even though he did not reveal anything to the opposition, he did give them a new target. Even still, Chrome has no regrets. I wish I would have chose another captain name, so I can detach Captain Commandant. I can detach Commandant from myself. This feels weird reading out loud. If Valics did that, Valics did this. He has to make sure of the Commandant's willingness before he saves next life. After his meeting with Valics, the Commandant's willingness was without a doubt. Whether he has to become the rat to free Valics or acquire the Commandant's assistance, he must stay alive. He has to achieve his goal his own way. I can't let them stop me. He has to take action even under these circumstances. I can't get a hold of the Star of Life. I wanted to see if they're still taking patients. Is there coming down? Is there a signal jammer nearby? Chrome wants to ask Wanshi, but his corruption and wounds make him unable to speak. I think someone planted something next to the engine. I didn't really look at it closely before takeoff because we were in such a hurry. Not safe to check during flight either. Call them when we get back to base. They all nod. Silence falls over them among the rumbling of the transport craft. Chrome wants to share his suspicion with everyone, but even his vision begins to fade. He does not know what might happen if he passes out here, one she has not specified. But by the look on his face, it definitely would not be good. I must stay awake and leave a clue. Chrome struggles to gain control over his broken finger. 829. He writes this simple message on the palm of his hand with the vital fluid exuding from his fingertip. Column A, number 29. This is the address for Asimov in Terminal's directory. Most of the time, Asimov is in his workshop where he cannot be reached. Only this address is able to reach him regarding top-secret research. In addition, only those involved in these top-secret projects know this address. If they are willing to use heavy-handed means to interfere with his plans, such as signal jammers, he has no other choice but to write this glimmer of hope on his hand. If his assumptions is correct, Wanshi and Kamui will understand this clue as they check each invalid comlink. After all, they are sure to connect the dots while looking at the directory itself. In order to make the number more apparent, Chrome once again struggles to gain control over his fingertip. Pain. Deep, agonizing pain. Prior to this mission, Chrome has not used pain to stay conscious for quite some time. Somehow, this gives Chrome a season of bitter nostalgia. Steadily arriving at the predetermined landing zone, Babylonia is already shrouded in artificial night. For Chrome, the imaginary moon hanging outside the window has accompanied him for countless nights at FOS College. Countless days. Work, repeat. Train, repeat. Struggle, repeat. All to keep Langston Smith on top. Now, there was no need for such a cold, relentless pursuit of perfection. Becoming a Smith was no longer his sole pursuit. Perhaps it is the sense of familiarity that gives him a little peace of mind, or perhaps that he has already reached the limit. Chrome's memory once again begins to sink into itself. We made it! Leave the transport ship so we can finally contact the Star of Life. Roger, I'll get the captain of the ship. His condition is getting worse. Carry him and keep him steady. Thanks. Sorry for the trouble. Chrome wants to say that, but he cannot spit out a single word. Wait, Kamui, there's something written on the captain's hand. 829. That wasn't there before boarding the plane. Did he want to tell us this, but couldn't? It seems that his vocalizer has been destroyed. Go to the Star of Life before looking into this. Once she grabs Chrome's hand and wipes it clean. Let's go. Reliable comrades, reliable friends, a real sense of security. He thinks of how fortunate he is for being the captain of Strikehawk. Hey. Before Chrome falls into a coma, Kamui sees a smile on the corner of his mouth. Although it is now early morning, according to human convention, there are still several personnel on the landing platform performing maintenance on transport crafts. They are somewhat surprised to see the safety hatch open halfway as a blonde figure rushes out from within. The young man, who personnel could always tell he was laughing even by looking at the back of his head, now in a state of panic. Hey, is there a medic? Military personnel returning from Earth turn left and proceed through the sterilization tunnel. Then you can take a regional shuttle to the ER at the Star of Life. The staff member standing behind the right portion simply recites the regulations apathetically. Hearing this formulaic response, Kamui remains quiet. Instead, he rushes in the direction of the sterilization tunnel with Chrome lying unconscious in his arms. After seeing them disappear, the workers behind the partition get together and begin to gossip. That guy he was carrying, that wasn't one of the Smiths, was it? What the hell was their mission? I wouldn't be this surprised even if the Grey Raven's commandant came back in this condition one day. Their commandant is a human, but him, I wanna see the look on Smith's face. Passing the evacuation corridor, Kamui runs into the sterilization tunnel with Chrome in his arms. Kamu and Wanshi follow in close pursuit. Let's go our separate ways here. I won't be of any use to him. Hearing this, Wanshi wants to say something to Kamu, but he keeps quiet. I'll let you know when everything is under control, don't worry. The small central purification filter rumbles in the background. Kamu looks at Kamui and Chrome in his arms. Standing among the sterilization spray, silence hangs over the group. No one knows what to say at a time like this. Prompt signals that the sterilization is complete. Kamu nods and waves goodbye. After watching Kamu leave, Wanshi and Kamui carry Chrome to the regional shuttle. Upon returning to this familiar yet disturbing place, the Star of Life seems to be more chaotic than what Wanshi remembers. Due to the large-scale battle in CT-075, the Star of Life, which had a reputation for being busy, is now a hellscape of blood and vital fluid. Before the battle even began, the staff anticipated a large number of casualties, but even as they try their best, they still cannot cope with the spreading disaster. After the Longinus arsenal destroyed most of the Red Tide, there were still mass casualties in the ruins of CT-075. They cleaned up a large number of hetero creatures, transported supplies, recovered samples, and collected data. It may have appeared insignificant compared to the achievements of the core personnel, but it was still equally important. Wanshi takes Kamui through the ER's lobby via a familiar shortcut and places Chrome on a temporary maintenance table. We need... Apologies, the maintenance room is already at max capacity. Before he can even finish speaking, the staff hastily refuses him and runs over to a room where he is being called for assistance. How can there be this many wounded? Wanshi, let's contact President Hassan. Wanshi nods. They both open their terminals, then dial Hassan and Celica. No response. No response from Celica either. Is it too late in the evening? What about Asimov or the others? Most of the others are out on missions, but we can try Asimov. Both of them repeatedly call Asimov for help, but he doesn't pick up. After a long time, a strange face appears in front of the comlink. Celica! Hello, Celica is currently in a meeting. I can relay a message to her though if you... Both of them quickly explain the situation. Someone is injured, please proceed to the Star of Life and follow the procedure. But they're already at max capacity. In that case, wounded personnel have no choice but to wait for a vacancy. I'll relay the message to Celica, but neither her nor the President can help with medical issues. I recommend you wait patiently. Are you kidding me? My response is according to protocol. I can repeat it if you'd like. You piece of... Enough. I guess we have no other choice. Wanshi abruptly terminates the call. Seems like Hassan and Celica are tied up as well. Their comms are being rerouted. There's no point in wasting your breath. We have to think of another way. Well, if it isn't Dr. Wanshi, I sure haven't seen you in a while. A somewhat familiar face appears in the corner. You're still here? Well, there's no other place for me to go now, is there? Anyway, I have a frame that needs maintenance. Is there space? Can't you tell? The doctor laughs awkwardly. Doesn't have to be in a maintenance room, he just needs a matching action module and vital fluid dialysis. Are you going to operate? He hurries to the temporary maintenance table and checks the stock for Chrome's model. All that's left is a hand module, but you can't replace it without a maintenance room. After all, it's not as simple as just replacing the hand. Did you check the reserves? The Star of Life used to also keep emergency supplies on hand. This is all we have. We're already running on fumes here, but I can pull some strings and get you a vital fluid filter, seeing as it's an emergency. She turns to Wanshi and says with a heavy heart, "Or you can think of another way, Dr. Wanshi." "I'll take the filter for now." She nods. Damn, was she meaning the recall? She nods, squeezing her way through the crowded corridor. She quickly returns with a vital fluid filter. Together, she and Wanshi hook up Chrome to the machine. "I recommend you get him out of here as soon as possible." She quietly whispers to Wanshi as they hook up the machine. "Why?" "He won't get help, you know what I mean." If you ask why, all I can say is that the hospital is running out of supplies. "I'll be in trouble if I say more anymore." She clears her throat after hooking up the machine. "I've got work to do. If you think of another way, just leave the filter here. I'll come get it later." "Thank you." She nods, then disappears behind a corner marked Star of Life. Is this the only way? We need to replace his dying parts now so that he has a chance to survive and recover. But there aren't any available maintenance rooms or suitable parts. What about somewhere else, like A29? I thought about that too, but what the hell does it mean? In puzzle games, this sort of code normally represents a password, location, or a particular spot in a large set of data. The captain couldn't have left us a clue about something none of us know about, like a lock. The closest building related to A29 is a shop. Then that only leaves one possibility. The directory? Before they had arrived at this conclusion, they had been poring over the directory looking for people to call for help. It seems so obvious now. After the two reached a consensus, they quickly take out Chrome's terminal. Column A, number 29. Hey, 28 and 29 are both Asimov. Let's give it a try. Wanshi presses the number in the directory. However, no one answers their last glimmer of hope. As the dial tone continues to ring, a rare bead of sweat appears on Wanshi's forehead. If I can get the replacement parts for this frame, I can try to replace them here. Want to contact the captain's father? He rarely talks about his family, but I've heard others mention him. It is rare to see Kamui this serious. Wanshi looks up for a moment. I've heard some rumors, but did you see the situation just now? They've obviously taken the captain's father into account. I think we should keep trying to reach Asimov. Wanshi presses the name in the directory once more. Twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Suddenly there is a prompt to connect with them from the other end. Asimov! There is nothing in front of the communication monitor except a young screen. Sorry, I shouldn't have connected Mr. Asimov's comlink without his permission, but it kept ringing. Who's there? Forget it, doesn't matter. Do you know where he is? What? It does matter. My name's Rosa. I came to ask Mr. Asimov a few things. Judging from her childish voice and being unable to reach the camera, the girl had to be 6 or 7 years old at most. He's not here. I think he's hiding so he can continue his research. We've got an emergency. Where is he exactly? An emergency? Go to Zone B3 of the Science Council. That's where he goes so no one bothers him. B3 is the new research building of the Science Council, which is fairly close to the Star of Life. Let's go. A ray of hope shines on their beleaguered faces. Kamui picks up Chrome again and rushes to the shuttle outside. It's walking around with like a half-dead body in Babylonian. Crazy. The shuttle quickly turns into Zone B3. There is a young girl standing in front of the stairs of the building. Hi, I'm Rosa. You said it was an emergency, so I followed you here to see if I can help. Mr. Asimov should be in the sealed lab. Sealed lab? Yeah, Mr. Asimov doesn't like being bothered, so... He explains obediently, but begins to get nervous after seeing Kamui's anxious face. Sorry, follow me. Rosa races into the building and up the emergency stairwell at nearly match 1, banging on a wall around the corner. Bang, bang, bang. Mr. Asimov! Rosa's voice trembles with a slight whimper. The crushing of various research equipment comes from the depths of the sealed lab. Arriving upstairs, Asimov stares at Wanshi with kindred dark circles of brilliance under his eyes as he is packing up the things he had just knocked over. Wanshi wants to ask, so someone can scare Asimov, huh? But he has more pressing issues. Save our captain, Asimov! He looks at Chrome, who is gravely injured in Kamui's arms, and his face turns pale. Come with me. Asimov hurries into the sealed lab. Rosa stands there timidly and waves as if choosing not to follow them. This might not be the ER, but your timing couldn't be better. I've been working to fix the remaining problems with Chrome's frame since this morning. Sorry, I left my terminal in the workshop. People kept disrupting me. I just so happened to fix the issues that's been giving me trouble all this time. Asimov pushes open the door, takes Chrome from Kamui and places him on the maintenance table. Wanshi, give me a hand. Wanshi nods, then immediately begins attaching various instruments near the table to Chrome. What about me? I still need to confirm some things. Grab my terminal. Rosa may have taken it with her. Terminal? Go. Roger. Another talking node. Project Winter was mentioned before. In the glare of white light, Chrome opens his eyes. Still the old frame. The scene and sounds before him are like a false curtain of night. It is chaotic and difficult to distinguish. A familiar figure is standing to the side, silently watching him on the maintenance table. Dad. In his discombobulated memory, Chrome subconsciously utters a name. As he comes to his senses, he realizes what he had said. Mr. Smith. I've already received a report from your comrades, but we need to report it to our superiors. Wanshi's already taking care of that. Hassan was really bent out of shape over the news about Vonnegut. Good job, everyone. A new agent is troubling news. Enough, let's discuss the mission later. Give me a minute with Chrome. I need to speak to him privately. Huh? Kamui is reluctant to leave, but Wanshi manages to push him out of the sealed lab. Before you do, I need to sync the current research progress. Once you leave, I'll add an inhibitor to Chrome's frame. Cancer got Chrome? Pray emoji? Come on, Ultra Bro. No, Frame. It's like you're hoping it's like you were hoping he got cancer. Welcome, man. How are you? Have you started playing Umamusume yet, Ultra? Asimov points to the new frame's neck. Don't worry about where it's located. That's the most effective spot. It may not be an invert device, but don't remove it all willy-nilly. It can help you stabilize your mind and reduce the probability of deviation and corruption. Stop. I was working on a new anime music video all day and I'm very tired right now, to be honest. I'm good. Enjoy summer, bro. Even if you encounter high-intensity interference, it will prevent you from losing control when your mind becomes corrupted from memory deviation or other symptoms. No, I'm lazy. Wow, bro. Rice Shower is waiting for you, Ultra. Glory is now capable of handling daily operations. In the future, you can link with your comrades just as before. Glory. You just need to know one thing. The risk has decreased significantly, but that doesn't mean it's as safe as Arclight. I watched one episode of Ume and Sis said trash. I guess I'm gonna watch myself. Wow. Next time she asks you to watch Metal Gear, you say the same. Say it's trash. Say it's not for me. You never competed in anything. How low is the probability? For daily activities around Babylonia, the risk is infinitesimal. Well, Ultra, at least you try, you know. Can say that. However, if your mind deviates after being damaged or hacked by the enemy in battle, you will be more susceptible to corruption. If your corruption reaches a critical level, you'll need a commandant that can resist these symptoms in order to stabilize your mind, which is us. Understood. But there doesn't seem to be any commandants that can resist memory corruption. Do you really understand? Rage baiting sis? Yeah. You know, when she said trash, it's not for me, the prompt came up in the top right, which says Ultra NPC will remember that. Seemed to be correct. This serious injury still isn't enough for you to recognize the limitation of constructs. As I said, if you can adapt to a specialized frame without any injury, then I will accept your choice. But by the looks of it, you seem to be willing to pay an even greater price. I once said that the commandant was indeed a useful thing, but now that's changed. Do you remember our chess match? You said to me, if you choose to abandon your troops, the war will end faster. You taught me to look to the future while watching the present. I'm using my own method to collect useful things and create a future of my choosing. Into Gojo and not watching JJK or something? As far as I remember, she's into Solid Snake and Big Boss. And is that to use everything? And is that to use everything you have to surpass Smith? Correct. I refuse to abandon past events and my past self. Most importantly, I refuse to abandon a single soul. This redemption is my own. Once you get involved in this vortex, your battle will spread from the battlefield to every corner of your life. The cage of sight, the noose of language, and the abyss of power will come for you as you gasp for air at night. Do you think humans that don't have to go into battle live a life of leisure? Even the undefeated commandant is bound by these invisible ropes. Seeing his father, who had always been strict, show a solemn expression, Chrome gently grabs his hand. Doesn't like Gojo? He loves Gojo X Gerudo? What? He's a shipper? One Piece big fan and Dragon Ball. Wow. Wow. If she likes Dragon Ball, she should like Cinderella Grey. If she likes Dragon Ball and One Piece, Cinderella Grey is the Umamusume anime for her. She's not avoiding the stereotype. Watch Mao. I forget the name, she loved it. Mao. I never heard of it. I'm already in the eye of the vortex. The moment I decided to become Chrome and serve as a bridge, I was ready to pay double the price. Chrome, all I cared about were methods and results. I've never asked you about your reasons. You know the consequence of stepping into the eye of the vortex. Why do it? For the sake of change. I remember what someone said about change when your procedure succeeded. Whether you become the blade or the blade wielder, having the determination to join the battlefield will result in the same fate. I'll tell you the same thing. Whether the blade depends on its wielder or the wielder depends on their blade, both rely on what is useful nearest to them. You never disappoint me, Chrome. Thank you for your praise. Thank you for your guidance. I heard Mr. Asimov say that the first transfer to a specialized frame has a high risk of causing your mind to devolve into chaos. Can you tell her to read JJK manga and go to chapter 236? She already did. She didn't read Gojo Fight. I didn't see JJK. I'm more into horses. So Valics is the key to this operation. Correct. Leave it to me. Don't want you going solo again. But Mr. Smith, think of it as a gift for proving your determination. And what was Smith has a change of heart, bro? Really? Who's this also? Is this his new frame? Lying here? Tell her about the chapter, please do. And as far as I know, a lot of people are being driven by a variety of reasons to free the commandant. I'm just going to deliver the last piece of the puzzle. We are getting free! Oh, it's this guy. Did you miss Collins, guys? Right here. I feel like I should decorate the office to accommodate these many visitors. Collins, I came here to discuss something with you. Oh, discuss what? We've got an urgent mission, and Valics is in stable condition. I don't think there's any need to continue observation. Seems like all of my guests are here for the same reason today. The Commandant's mind beacon has, in fact, been polluted. You don't want a repeat of what happened to Revenge, right? In that regard, I'll have Valics get treatment in the start of life. No need to bother your man. President Hassan. He smiled sardonically, stressing each word. Aren't we partners? Don't be ridiculous. Besides, once we have enough evidence, this matter should be handed over to a person with greater expertise. Even if the Commandant's mind beacon is polluted without causing any corruption, Valic is a ticking time bomb. If those accusations stick, what price are you willing to pay for your actions? Because big prejudice, that's why she didn't love Umamusume. If the first seconds are bad, she don't like it, like she watched One Piece because of Law. She watched One Piece One Piece is trash in the beginning. Yeah, it is his new frame. Law make her... Who is Law? What? There is no Law. There's a character named Law in One Piece? If it is... He's not in the first 500 episodes. You watch only mainstream media. Umamusume is pretty mainstream now. I'm gonna try to make she stubborn. Just pray for the best. She does not own a Stanley Cup and the Labubu. A character in One Piece named Law. What am I talking about? I am okay. Trafalgar D. Waterloo. You know the funny thing, guys? That guy does not appear in the first 500 episodes of the anime. If your sister said I'm gonna watch that anime just because of Law, and she went through 500 episodes without him even appearing, I mean that says a lot, right? She dropped Umamusume in one episode but watched 500 episodes to reach the fucking Law. I know Collins have 15 Vietnamese children in his basement and owns 100 sweatshops with the same 15 children, but I can't prove it yet. Hey, keep at it, bro. We have to put him down. Yes, exactly. Yes. Yes, Ultra. You agree with me. Stick. Have you found who is Stick? Of course not. We're powerless to do such a thing. Why do we think we are, Grey Raven? Who do you think we are, Grey Raven? Whether that be the previous Grey Raven or this Grey Raven, they all have something to do with the Ascendants. Even if those slackers under my command captured the Ascendant, she'd be rescued in no time. Fine, I'll take responsibility for whatever happens. Oh, are you willing to act as guarantor for Valics? That's right. Colin's smile is fixed firmly on his face. Alright, very well. Seems like you've got something up your sleeve if you're willing to make such a decision. Well, I guess I should tip my hat to you then. Since I have your word, I'll let Valics go for the time being, considering you and the others came all this way today. However, quitting isn't exactly my forte. If we can finally close the book on this matter, I'll welcome the talented commandant to help us create a future for humans. I tried to make her watch One Piece for 2 weeks, but she saw one edit of Law and watched One Piece. That's crazy. Good lord, she watched edits? Are you hating on AMV, Surprise Doc? You're offending me. Are people nowadays just calling AMVs edits instead? Yeah, your own body. After more than 2 days in the blinding light, right as your cognition begins to blur, the door opens again, once again. You're free to go, Valics. Is the confined treatment over? I can't say for sure. Anyhow, you're free to go for the time being. They are different. What's the difference? They without music? Seizing your struggle from exhaustion, Celica escorts you to the regional shuttle en route to Zone B3 of the Science Council. AMV is big, edits usually short. Well, back in my days, we used to call short AMVs also AMVs. Like, the length did not matter. We called them betas. Like beta AMV. AMV has full-on 3 minutes of music and clips of videos. Edits puts on the same music over and over again with the same editing style. Puts on the same music over and over again with the same editing style. That's like a shorts thing, like TikToks. They're not the same. AMVs like summary for show film edits are one character thing. That's not true, Ultra. Trust me, bro, I'm a veteran. You can do a mix, you can do one character, you can do a tribute. And it's always the fucking school emoji. So far as I understand, the only difference between them is like edits are a TikTok thing. Why they're so obsessed with the school emojis. That's why everybody started using the withering rose instead of school emoji. Because they don't want to use the school emoji. Alright. Hassan is sitting in the cabin as if waiting for you. You made it, Valics. I've got good news and bad news. Which one do you want to hear first? Bad news. The bad news is, even though you no longer need to have confined treatment, you are still under observation. They'll be watching your every move from here on out. But at least you're no longer stuck in that room. The main reason you were let go is because you're needed for a mission only you can perform. Full emoji funk, yeah, true withering rose, true, I knew it. Hassan and Celica quickly fill you in on the recent events. Chrome is injured. The same funk over and over again. Don't they use different music? Is it the same creator? Like, so as I understand, they have like, what's the word for it? A template, and they just switched the anime scenes. Like, I assume they have the template for the VFX and the song, and then they just switched the anime scenes, and it's what, like 10 to 30 seconds long. I'm glad it's called edits and not AMV, because it sounds like a slop. AMV slop. Correct, we're short-staffed and new issues keep popping up. I was able to get you out because I also want you to help Chrome maintain mind stability until the frame transfer is complete. According to Strikehawk's intel, the new agent is incredibly dangerous. We should avoid engaging him though, since we're still recovering from the last large-scale battle. For real? For real. The Red Tide also poses an issue. Based on Wanshi's report, the Red Tide in the underground waterway has been diluted, but it's still of considerable size. We've confirmed that the core fragment has been destroyed. Whether there is some other force controlling it, or there is just some residual liquid... Oh, hold up. Sorry. Or there is just some residual liquid incapable of expanding, it still needs to be destroyed. It's like anime games Roblox YouTuber all over again, with the anime intros with non-copyright rap music with a guy screaming and call it good intro. Wait, what? It's like anime games Roblox YouTuber all over again, with the anime intros with non-copyright rap music with a guy screaming and call it good intro. What do you mean surprise, dog? Hold up, are you getting nostalgic or something? I didn't get that. Forget this, forget the CIS DMCs in 3 days, forget the CIS, that's true. Oh, you mean the YouTube channel's intros? People still do intros. Forget the CIS DMC in 3 days, not Minecraft intros fire, Minecraft Pro Gaming, Roblox anime games YouTuber. Kind of. We've confirmed that the core fragment has been destroyed, whether the... Okay, expand still needs to be destroyed. We've wasted enough time already. If we wait any longer, that'll just mean more trouble down the line. Please stop wasting time, game. Like, this... Hassan is so right, bro. It's like he's shackled by the devs' willingness at that time to write more text than it was needed. Do we still need to deploy bit domain nodes? No, I've spoken with Asimov and we've determined that a tactical unit will be more effective at conducting a precision strike underground. The structure's interior isn't particularly large, and the amount of red tide doesn't justify the use of Longinus Arsenal. You know the funny things, surprise dog, some AMV makers were also doing YouTube intros for their AMVs. And it was a whiplash because you had like a 5-second AMV edit followed by another full AMV with a different song and different anime. That was hilarious. I like that 1.3D font with blaring NCS music. Mean Blocks Fruit, that's a YouTube channel. Fucking not mention that game again, Blocks Fruit. More importantly, we can't play a numbers game with a bit domain nodes against such a dangerous enemy. Strikehawk is familiar with the area, but Chrome's new frame is still being field tested in active combat. The mission poses too great of a risk without your help, Commandant. Understood. Considering that you may encounter that agent again, I suggest you take a member of Grey Raven with you. Cover your tracks and avoid direct confrontation with the enemy. Only one person. According to Kamui and Wanshi's intel, the area is quite narrow. Additional members will only be disadvantageous. You and Strikehawk will also be accompanied by a completely independent team during the mission. My god, bro. The game has toxic kids. Don't worry about them, just mind your own area. One more thing, 21 constructs were assembled as part of an auxiliary team to investigate the surrounding area. However, their transport craft was destroyed and they've sought refuge in the underground city. Rescue them if you're still got enough strength in you. They're probably red tide food by now. Understood. If there are no further questions, I'll have Celica inform Lucia to wait by the transport craft. Why do you assume I want Lucia, Hassan? Maybe I want Lee, maybe I want to continue this sausage party, bro. Why are you giving us a woman, bro? You read the room, Hassan. What about Lee? Based on team composition and combatability, Lucia is the most suitable candidate. God damn you, Hassan, bro. How could you ruined it, bro? My stream title, man. My stream title. It ain't no sausage party anymore. Hassan and Celica fall silent after a 10-minute drive. Bro, you can't even choose the frame you can take, bro. The three of you arrive at Asimov's sealed lab. They played me like fiddle, man. The line comes from that game, I think. Did you ever play Blocks Fruits with your life on the line? This me... No, what line? Like with your life on the line comes from the manga, bro. From that soccer. I'm sorry, I apologize. The football manga. Entering the sealed lab, Chrome is lying quietly on the maintenance table as if asleep. He's still conscious. I've put his frame into sleep mode to prevent any further corruption and damage. However, I still need him to confirm. Also, is it true? Is the DMC patch on Wednesday or Thursday? Isn't it on Thursday? Isn't 6th of August on Thursday? Or is it Wednesday? 3, 4, 5... Yeah, it is Wednesday. God damn it, bro. I thought I have more time. One day. I still need him to confirm a few things, so I've kept the voice and audio module operational on his Arclight frame. So he's halfway here. I can give you 10 minutes if there's anything you need to say. Ask about his condition. Wednesday, it is Wednesday. My mind is stable, it shouldn't cause you any trouble. Glad you're alright. Crom nods slightly, his injuries had already pushed his frame past its limit. All he can do now is rely on those machines for consciousness. Sorry for dragging you on a mission right as you leave that prison. No need to apologize. You fulfilled your promise. But hearing the news about the specialized frame from Hassan, a sense of uneasiness filled your mind. Even with Asimu's breakthrough, Glory is still far from stable. Frame is called Glory? As if affected by a memory replay, Lucia's blank gaze after transferring frames flashes before your eyes. Oh, it's the beautiful art. Hey, but don't worry, if Lucia could do it with no problem, so can you. There's still a lot we don't know about the frame. Are you sure you want to change your frame now? Come on, come on. There's no consequences, bro. There's no consequence. That's why I have you. And one day when I'm not there, if we're on different missions, you run the risk of mind deviation. Then allow me to come find you. Crom's voice remains soft, but it has a tone of unquestionable firmness. The reality of the situation that optimistic. Of course, I'll have several backup plans just in case. You hear a sense of uneasiness in his voice, as if he had sensed something. If you let me, that is. Of course, you got me out of there. Thank you. Bro, that's gay. Let's begin. This is the second time I've conducted a specialized frame transfer. Asimov has a stern look on his face. We've made a breakthrough with the technology, but there's a higher degree of uncertainty compared to Plume. Oh, so we're raising the stakes, huh? Thank you, Asimov. In order to avoid mind deviation, you'll need a more integrated connection with Chrome than a standard link. And how do I do that? I'll use this machine to allow you to dive deep into his mind and establish an internal link. It'll allow you to see his thoughts and condition in real time. Does Crom know? I told him before you got here. You just need to hold on while the link is being established. After that, it'll stabilize. If you don't have any questions, lie down and on the spear maintenance table over there. Understood. Bring him back. Before you can ask what Asimov meant, your memory falls into darkness. Yo, it's a little Chrome, bro. Falling into Chrom's chaotic mind, all you can see is a little boy wandering aimlessly. Who am I? Where am I? Although there was no answer to these basic questions, he steps forward into the darkness. Alright, understood. As if following an order. Did I pass? Trying to reach a target. I won't let you down. As if stuck in a cage. Gather everything that is of use, put them together, then create a perfect me. As if scavenging through this air. Useless. Like, be grateful, or else. Is an idealist. Assembly past. With each step, countless dreamy voices echo in the dark void. Lil Carbon. Carbon? What do you have against Carbon? Although you cannot fully comprehend what they are talking about, you can sense the malice just from the fragments you heard. Become a smith. Become a smith. As he walks through these unpleasant noises, his footsteps begin to falter more and more. I'm here, now are you behaving, kids? Hello, Road Jack, how are you, bro? I trained my rice shower, bro. I trained my rice shower so she can beat your Tupa Creek, bro. Trust. I can become. His image begins to blur. But who am I? The void begins to shake violently. If it continues, he will gradually lose his self-awareness. But in this state, he can't even notice the mind beacon above. Who am I? The boy's voice is trembling in the steady stream of noise. I'm Chrome! Chrome? This is your future name. Future name? You will become Chrome. Become the man you want to be. Like finding a glimmer of hope in the tenebrous depth of malice, he begins to look around for the source of the voice. Walk toward the mind beacon. The mind beacon. He inspects his surroundings, but there is no mind beacon to be found. Look up, Chrome. Oh, it's up there. The boy holds out his hand as if to chase the distant star. With a bitter smile, he leaps. Thank you. Yay. Yo, look at... Bro, this guy looks handsome, man. Look at him! Considering I had power outage yesterday, I couldn't do horsing. At work. And so... Bro, with so much free time at your work, you should have all your horses to A rank already. The dark void begins to materialize into a magnificent hall. Hello, Commandant. You're here? That means the frame transfer isn't over yet. Illusions of flowers and food surround him, but no one is present. You're not my dad? He didn't say my kids, bro. He generalized it. You seem to be lucid. Sorry, I don't know what just happened, but I'm sorry for being such a burden. Even though this place is... forget it, it's nothing. Our internal link is stable. I won't experience any memory deviation now. Miles, looking. Miles, bro. Nothing. But you still need to wait a bit longer. Why not chat to pass the time? Sure. At home too, after we raced yesterday, power went out. Sheesh. I hate to see that, man. I hope you are all good now. It was a outage only for your place or like the entire like neighborhood? Probably the entire neighborhood. Why did you... Because I had problems with power outage at my... at the last place I was living in, and it was just me. It wasn't the neighbors, bro. It turned out like one piece from the box thingy below had to be replaced. I had to pay an electrician to do that, bro. It's such a pain in the ass. Why did you want to help me, Chrome? Because helping you is also a form of helping myself. You could have waited longer. But every second I wait, that's one more second I fall behind. I need to achieve my goal. And what's that? Before I answer that, let me ask you something. Oh, so you're answering a question with a question, Chrome? So you're one of those, huh? Do you think there is a difference between humans and constructs? Of course there is, dummy. One is metal, other is flesh. Yes. I guess you're right. Whether that be from identity to composition, humans and constructs are different. You a dog and I am extraterrestrial entity. I'm obviously not your dad. Was everyone? It was everyone. Come on, Rojak, don't be mean to Surprise Dog. But in essence, we are the same. Not many humans think that. He walked straight through the illusions of flowers and decorations. Humans fear the combat ability of construct. Individuals without real power can easily be used as tools. Rumors, prejudices, arrogance, if humans go on like this, they will only go further toward destruction. I've already seen countless examples and experienced them firsthand. I'm sure you feel the same way. You're right. You're an extraterrestrial being, then tell me, why are there lactose intolerant people? What did lactose do? Tell me. I mean, you should ask what did people do, bro. It's the lactose that is being intolerated, not the people. You feel me? Lactose intolerant people. So it means people do not tolerate the lactose. Oh yeah, what did damn my yeah, yeah, you were right, surprise dog. I brain farted there. Why are you asking an ET about like okay. Alright, alright. Contradictions also have cause and effect, says me. If these rumors and prejudices are the final effect, we cannot solve all this without understanding the root cause. Saying this to Chrome, he smiles and nods. That's why I want to get involved and understand its cause. Only then can I solve it. Can you really though? As long as we know a little about history, we find that humans repeat their mistakes, no matter what era. If you don't consume lactose for too long, you become unworthy of its holy consumption. I mean, you still can consume it, it's just your body does not like take anything from lactose. You can still drink milk. Like you're not getting anything out of that milk. Ain't that so? I'm not a doctor, but that's what I heard. But these mistakes are meaningless so long as progress is made. You are no extraterrestrial being. Yo, exposed? Rojak got exposed, bro? What next? Rojak gonna expose Surprise Dog for not being a dog? Looking at his firm expression, you randomly recall a passage of a story you frequently come across. Overcoming countless adversities and witnessing just as many lay down their lives, the intrepid heroes continue to search for hope on this most harrowing journey. Most people did not know this journey would be unworthy of adulation. What is adulation, bro? That sounds king. From the moment they set forth, they were doomed to a life entangled in shadows. Our troubles aren't over quite yet. Don't worry, this is the opportunity I need. You have always been a gift to me. Is he coming onto me? He looks at you quietly and says nothing more. He remains quiet until the magnificent hall begins to fade into the fog. Looks like the transfer is almost complete. Chrome! Chrome nods. They choose not to consume it for a while, so we decided they will never enjoy its holiness. Are you saying, guys, that milk comes from outer space? I saw my uncle milking a cow, bro. You can't fool me. Lactose asked who Steve Jobs is, but a man named Joe asked what is Ligma. I fucking read. Oh my god, he got me. That is the answer. Oh my god. Now, calm down, kids. Calm down. No need to like come at each other's throat. We are all here to enjoy some sexy Chrome talking to us. Even if the path you choose is fraught with hardship. Even if you can't save everyone. Are you still holding onto that glimmer of hope? On this most harrowing journey? As your vision begins to blur, an unwavering smile forms on Chrome's face. Yo, we cutscene. Look at this bitrate, bro. We did it. It's a warm light. The turbulent darkness, Chrome sees the warm light of a lighthouse. In order to solve what will happen next, I must set out now. Everyone's waiting. Can we have a gameplay note today, please? You gaining consciousness once more, you see the familiar lights overhead. However, there is a slight change in their position. Chrome looks at the people around him. Aside from a sim of his Wanshi, who had been helping the entire time, Kamui is standing nearby, and also Valics. In front of the onlooking crowd, he raises a hand with inconceivable ease and grip strength. His arm feels as light as a feather, but with the strength to pierce metal. And we're rapping. However, an unusual disturbance suddenly arises. Chrome knows that this feeling is the precursor to mind deviation. Such a disturbance is likely to appear within the first few minutes of a frame transfer. If this continues, he will quickly lose control over his frame. He closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, then focuses on the mind beacon in his mind. Morning. Sunshine. After Chrome's mind begins to gradually stabilize, he smiles and opens his eyes. Yo, he looks so beautiful. Thank you, everyone. Thank you too, Valics. All I did was log you around, Captain. Wish I could have been of more use, though, obviously. Maybe on the ship, Chrome should have dressed as a woman, not Kamui. Kamui shrugs his shoulder with a look of resignation. Oh, I also told Kamo about your situation, Captain. I didn't want him to worry. But if anyone deserves the gratitude, it's Wanshi. He walks over and pats Wanshi on the shoulder. Thanks, Wanshi. 02. No need to thank me. Asimov was the real hero. Everyone's modesty comes off a bit stiff, but Chrome still feels grateful for their efforts. All I care about is results. Progress like this is hard to come by. Heaving a sigh of relief, Asimov slumps down in his chair from exhaustion. Don't you all have a mission coming up? Yup, we have to take care of the Red Tide and rescue some stragglers. Since we can't fire the Longinus arsenal a second time, this should help you take care of the Red Tide. He points to a box that had just been brought in containing hundreds of disc-shaped objects. This is a compact weapon developed based on the concept of a plasma arc furnace, called a polyfurnace. Its niche application prevents it from seeing much use out in the field. Niche application? It requires large amounts of energy and a sealed environment. This means the waterway is an ideal environment. As long as we find a suitable installation site, we can maximize the evaporation of the Red Tide below. Sounds like a plan. I made some modifications, but it still requires a sealed environment. Asimov furrows his eyebrows and reiterates. If it's installed in an area full of leaks, you'll have to figure out a way to patch them. Hearing this, the Strike Hawk trio is at a loss of words. Sounds like a pain when we try to evacuate. That's for you to figure out. I'm going to go somewhere secret where no one will bother me and rest for a few hours. That being said, let me know if there are any issues with the frame. Can we get going now? Can we go call Lee and the others? Yeah. What about Lee, bro? Our sausage party is ruined. Go. Right on! Kamui runs out of the room with the cheery delight of a golden retriever. Little puppy. Congratulations, you've reached a milestone in your research on specialized frames. Looks like all of your hard work is finally starting to pay off. Don't break out the champagne just yet. Even though Chrome has a specialized frame just like Lucia's, we're still having issues with the same bottleneck. Oh? The reason why Plume can withstand simulation data from Ascendants is that it's already compatible with Alpha's data. How is it compatible with Alpha's data? I understand it comes from the same person. But there's a line, right? There's a line where Lil Lucia lived. And then she became Construct. And at some point in that line, there's a... what do you call? There's the second line, right? It goes to the second line. That's Lucia we know. The first line goes forward and becomes an Ascendant. The second line goes in parallel to her. Right? So we have two parallel lines of the same person. How in the fuck the line on the second line is compatible with the first one if the first one transformed into Ascendant in parallel to the second line? Yeah, you feel me? Flip this. So we have Lil Lucia, right? Going like this. And let's say at this point, they copied her and made the second frame. This is L1. Scratch that. This is not L1. Fuck. I hate it. This is alpha. Right? And this is Lucia, L. So at this point, he becomes Ascendant. How the fuck is this Lucia compatible with this Lucia when she became an Ascendant in parallel to her? This game makes no sense. They're trying to retcon it and fix it, but there's no fixing it, man. The reason why Plume can withstand simulation data from Ascendant is that it's already compatible with Alpha's data. It cannot be compatible with Alpha's data. That's why Chrome's frame uses post-processed battle data sampled from Plume. In order to minimize the side effects, I base the maybe I don't get something. I don't know. What am I missing? She transferred into Plume. Asimov said she will lose all her fucking memories. She did not. Then at some point in chapter 13, she went into a mind beacon and met Alpha, and they talked. And she didn't, like what, she didn't get corrupted because it was Alpha or something? Kuro, just trust me, bro. That's how it feels, actually. You can't fool me, Kuro. Suddenly, after she talked to Alpha, now she's compatible with Ascendant data or something. Why, bro? It shouldn't be just Alpha then, it should be any Ascendant. Also, if that happens, shouldn't she be more like Camu then? Like an Omniframe? I guess the underlying logic, that logic is underlying indeed, Asimov. On humanoid hybrid frame to accommodate unrestricted extraneous data. You're just using like smart words to fool us, bro. This frame will still put immense strain on Chrome's memory. I see, even if we obtain the data they bring back, replicating an Ascendant is still nothing more than a pipe dream. That being said, even if we're able to improve our ability to replicate a construct with Ascendant data based on That being said, even if we're able to improve our ability to replicate a construct with Ascendant data based on humanoid hybrid architecture, that would still be a huge leap for us. Camu is right there, isn't it? Isn't Camu like more of an Ascendant? Oh, they want to, I guess they want to create Ascendants without the needing of the filtering stuff. They wanna make it in-house, huh? Bro, just research Camu, see how he works, bro. You have him right there, bro. Take some blood samples for fuck's sake. As far as I remember, the only thing that explains Plume's data is the same as Alpha, is the interaction within the mind and the fight between them. Yeah, it's the talk they had. But yeah, that's what they said. But my beautiful graphic still stands. Basically, whatever Alpha told Plume in the mind space should be nothing more than stories for Plume, because she did not experience what Alpha went through. Because she was copied way before she got betrayed. Yes, it's confusing. Transcendent. They don't really expand it. They don't expand. They don't work on it. Because it seemed like in this chapter they're they're trying very, very hard to fix the problems they created in the previous chapters. How has Lucia been recently? There's nothing out of ordinary based on the reports from her routine frame maintenance. I'm looking through the data collected by Shom to create an upgrade plan, but that'll take some time. For the sake of safety. See, this is why Nier Automata works, because they don't go into such intricate details. Just have funny, cute robots. Doing very sad stuff. Going through very sad stuff. Even in future chapters, Alpha's power is still inconsistent. What power? Like brute power? The power to fight? Does that count as a spoiler? I guess. We'll see. I'm starting to care less about spoilers because okay, so many things about the story in this game is like we'll see if they can like fix this. For the sake of safety, it's better to add an insurance policy other than Valics. Compared with emotion, technology and knowledge are more reliable. If necessary, I can borrow some equipment left over from the Project Winter. Like, I swear to God, if there was no DMC collab, I would have dropped this game. Didn't that cause enough trouble as is? But there is no denying that it has also brought a lot of benefits. Let's talk about these things in private. Asimov has been working around the clock. Oh, finally, gameplay, bro. It only took us 40 years. Vera? Bark in chat. You arrive at the transport craft 20 minutes in advance. Oh, they're sending Vera to babysit us? In addition to Lucia, who was already waiting, you see Lee and Liv also standing there. Also, there's no number 21 in the story yet. There's no, we didn't see the number 21 sprite in the main story. Commandant. Why are you guys here? Because Lee and I have been worried sick about you. I'm sorry, Lee, man. I'm sorry, bro. That fucking Hassan, man. He chose the woman instead of you, man. Ruined our party, man. We could have had some really good sausage party, and fucking Hassan just ruined it. Even though we aren't going on the mission together, we at least wanted to see you and make sure you're alright. He looks you over worriedly. You look pale. Commandant. At least I'm free. That was not a correct statement. After talking with everyone for a short time, Chrome arrives with Strikehawk. He gives a simple greeting, then sends the intel he had prepared to your terminal. With regard to the extra mission President Hassan assigned us, I've already prepared the intel and holo map for the 21 target personnel we need to rescue. Look how handsome he looks, man. In order to expedite their return to Babylonia, I asked the liaison officer to meet with us at a predetermined location and time on the forgotten streets of City 075. There are no further questions, let's get going. Right. What is it? I'm just glad you're okay. Wanshi remains quiet as he considers their current predicament. Boarding the transport craft, you feel as if you're being monitored. Turning quietly, you see several personnel occasionally looking up from their work in your direction. Chrome turns to look behind you, sensing their watchful eyes. Among the crowd, a man wearing a white lab coat grabs his attention. The man is slouched over like a lonely and weak middle-aged man. Only those dark golden eyes vaguely remind Chrome of someone he had just met. Mr. Kurono, please hurry up. Kurono? Please hurry up, you're going to be late for the... There is a Mr. Kurono? Kurono? Kugawa Kurono. Oh, does he have something to do with Kurono? When I was still a member of Kurono, I accidentally came across his data file. I thought he was on the board of directors, but turns out his name is just a coincidence. Who is he? He's just a doctor who's now working for the Star of Life, but this time his name coincidentally appeared on your inspection reports. But enough of that, you should get going, there's no time to waste. Oh yeah, there was a plot thread about that. But you won't fool me, game, I will not concentrate so much on secondary plot points, bro. Ignoring the unsettling scene behind them, the group turns and boards the transport craft. I'm still concentrated on chapter 12 and its consequences. They will never be there. Riding on the cold afternoon wind, the two transport crafts land in the abandoned ruins of City 075. I can explain the difference between ascendant and transcendent. I did not ask for that. That was not my question, and that was not what I was complaining about, Project, but thank you. Having established contact beforehand, maybe you need to go work for Babylonia and help them create their own transcendent in-house, you know. Having established contact beforehand, a large group of stranded personnel is waiting at the landing zone, while the other team members go to speak with the stranded construct. Kamu makes a break for the underground waterway. Are there any personnel in critical condition? Yes. Oh, look, it's a new sprite. Love to see it. I've placed everyone on the first floor for the time being, right this way. Once she nods, then follows her. The other team has arrived. Chrome looks at the notification on his terminal and relays it to the team. Right. Hassan mentioned there will be others. Well, according to the plan, Cerberus will also be participating in cleaning up the Red Tide, but they're acting independent of us. Cerberus. I thought you were going to come looking for us once you were finished. I thought so too, but the captain said that saving people was our top priority. Counting the wounded over there, how many people are gathered here? I guess they sent Plume because she's very alike Chrome right now. That's why we didn't got our boy Lee, bro. We could have had some really good time, just the boys alone, you know. 19. 2 are still MIA. MIA. The 2 missing constructs are from my team. Do you know which way they ended up going? They went to an area that was suddenly reported as a high concentration zone. But they were heading there even before we received the warning. We tried to notify them, but we had already lost contact. Return to Babylonia once everyone receives emergency treatment. We'll look for your missing comrades. Let me go with you. They're my comrades after all. It's too dangerous. You should head back. They're my comrades. I can't leave my team behind. Our commandant is gone. I can't lose them too. I'm begging you. No, it's too dangerous. I agree with the commandant. The area is dangerous even for us. We're better off ensuring the safety of one more person if we can. You must be Chrome. I've heard about you. I appreciate your concerns for my safety, but as the captain of your team, I'm sure you understand. If your team members are in danger, would you abandon them for the sake of your own safety? The construct captain's plea awakens some distant memories in Chrome's heart. If this is the last time I see them, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. Regret? I may be a soldier, but I'm not the property of Babylonia. At least, give me the right to decide how I die. Chrome hesitates for a moment. I understand your feelings, but as a soldier, you can't disobey mission orders. If your only mission here is to cooperate with the rescue and return to Babylonia. By allowing you to accompany us, I'll be aiding in your violation of military orders. Thinking about the sense of surveillance along the way, Chrome casts a sideways glance at the transport craft behind him, hinting to the construct. Mission? Oh, right, there's still one objective. The construct quickly opens his terminal. On mission log, one objective is still active. Our last objective is to... Oh, that was smart. Smart boy. Our last objective is to search for the commandant, but we still haven't found him. My team and I split up to search for him. But judging from the location of his disappearance and given the time, he probably... Then continue with your mission. Roger. Thank you, everyone. Down at the personnel. Looking at the personal data gathered by Chrome, you find detailed description of the captain and his comrades. Captain name Percy, service time 4 years. Transferring teams 3 times, he has served his most recent team the longest. Member name Ursi, service time 2 years 7 months. Ever since joining the task force, he has served the current commandant. Member name Reina. Yo, Reina? Mishima? Service time less than 1 year. No additional data on this new recruit. Alright, aside from Percy, everyone else board the transport craft. Wait here, Commandant. I'll help the wounded board the transport craft. Goodbye. What? Got it. Lucia takes out a bottle of Nutri-Aid and compressed biscuit. When I asked about your condition while you were being monitored, everyone said you were kept well fed, but I was still worried, so I brought some from our supplies. Thank you. With a bitter smile, Lucia wants to say something, but she is worried about the watchful eyes. Instead, she quietly places the Nutri-Aid and compressed biscuit into your hands. Alright, let's go help. I bet Wanch is almost done with the emergency treatment. Get internal errors when I type comments again? Damn. Maybe you're also under watch. Okay, let's go. While everyone else is busy helping the crowd onto the plane, you have a rest until all 18 constructs depart as scheduled. We're not... So gameplay is not about saving, huh? Time to go, Commandant. I have been commenting this whole time, but none of them were going through. What did you do to fix it? And it sucks. Does Twitch have same problems with chat, or is it just you? Right at that moment, Cerberus jumps into the underground waterway through the blast hole. That damn transport... Oh, we still don't have a sprite for Noctis. That damn transport plane is crawling with micro recorders. They're like maggots. Why don't we blow that shit up? And then what? To ride you back to Babylonia? Oh yeah, we saw Noctis in number 21's interlude. Hahaha, I was just kidding. Let's blow it up when we get back. Looks like some people are leaving no stone unturned, considering they've bugged our transport craft too. They've bugged Noctis' frame too. Huh? Noctis grits his teeth and clenches his fists. When I get back, I'm gonna blow up those pieces of shit. Use all that C4 you call a brain and think for a second. You people would go to the lengths of bugging our support equipment. I bet it was you-know-who's henchman. I just copy everything I type now and spam until one of them work. Can't you try to, like, I don't know, refresh, open in different browser, go in incognito mode? I don't know. That sucks, bro. Gotta complain about that somewhere. Don't know how. So we can just get rid of them. No need, we're not their target. Vera turns her head, leans over to the camera on Noctis' frame and smiles cheerfully. Isn't that right? Then let's get this godforsaken mission over with. We have 3 objectives. First, we need to use these stupid discs to clear the red tide, then locate our target. Let's split up and get this over and done with. What about our objective to follow the Grey Raven Commandant as much as possible? Keyword is as much as possible, and we'll do just that. Yo, it's 222! Hello, 222. How have you been, man? Long time no see. Are you here for Vera again? Blocking the red tide while looking for her, and that's what we are here to do. Seems you are the closest to the control room. If you want a clue, knock on the console over there. I think we should deal with the red tide first. But when the valve is blocked, these hetero creatures will get mad. Handle the red tide. The valve is right here. Get rid of it first. Yo, the song though? Is this a new Vera costume? Vera will peg you. She will kill you. You can't fix Vera, bro. All valves in the piston have been opened. Okay, now what? What do I do? Oh. The red tide leaked. Did they come from other unblocked places? Although the current invert device has been enhanced, it is still fatal to be drenched by it. I need something to stop it. Knock the barrel. Yeah, I tried. Oh, I have to... Okay. Wow. She doesn't need fixing. They evolved the gameplay, guys. First turrets, now barrels. What year was this on? Oh, I see. I'm colorblind a bit. I didn't notice the mark. Let's pass like this first. But what's that? What's the sound? It's nothing new. Hey, it's new for you. You didn't fought this enemy before. Why did it turn blue? Did it miss? Alright. 2018. Some hetero creatures are heading towards you. How troublesome. Hello, hello. Are you still alive? What's going on? I found the construct entangled by hetero creatures. It's alive. Well, they're safe now, so just leave them there. Okay, alright. I got Kitasan blocked yesterday. Like in the current card banner, not in the Kitasan banner. Yeah, congratulations, but you know, if you have only one copy, you're suboptimal. You still have to borrow it from friends. It's not that we can't manage, but we have to go to the control room first. You can add me and borrow my Kitasan black. It's level 40. I want Narita Taishin, so I will. I don't know when the banner Narita Taishin's banner is, but I'm planning to farm, grind carrots, and then pull for her. I'm here. I hope you can find clues on that rusty machine. Bless you. Shut up. Endless troubles. Seems that there is no information here except trouble. What's going on at your side? Not much difference. Let's check once more and then go back. I don't want to be swallowed up by trouble. There are more floors here. You can't leave until all of them are carefully checked. Huh? Why? What about number 21? I'm still trying to seal off the red tide leaks and install the polyfurnace. Finish our original tasks and then meet at the exit.
Have your perfect little victory, Commandant.
This voice does not suit her. I have 5 friends with level 50 Kitasan Valics. Unfortunately, you are behind the times. Yeah. Are those accounts sold yet? Ooh, is this the last one? The team approaches the... You know, I have my own Kitasan, so I can use Kitasan with Super Quick Road Jack. That's the thing. So am I behind? Huh? I didn't swipe though. I didn't swipe, bro. Free to play earned, honestly. It doesn't pay well, but it's an honest job. My favorite horse is Silent Shizuka. You mean Suzuka? You mean Suzuka? Alright, this is not a gameplay. I hate when the chapters have no gameplay node. The team approaches the previously collapsed entrance. However, to their surprise, it remains open as if welcoming everyone. Based on our previous expedition, it's unlikely that Agent Luna is in here. Our top priority should be cleaning up any red tide we come across. As for Vonnegut, we don't have much intel, but according to Gabriel, there's likely another agent nearby. This is a stealth mission. Avoid direct confrontation with them at all costs. Bro, they gave me Plume And it's a fucking story node, bro. That's our safest bet. We also don't know if the figure who jumped in before the smoke cleared is still down there. Think it was Cinderelic or the other agent? No. Vonnegut said there was another intruder. Then who could it have been? So they already told her about Vonnegut and Cinderelic? This was written way before the 21 interlude? Yeah, makes sense. When we were looking for the entrance, there was someone following us just out of our line of sight. We couldn't see who it was, but based on their behavior and footsteps having traces of punishing virus, I suspect it was an Ascendant. Not to mention they were familiar with the area. When we came in contact with Vonnegut, he said to Gabriel, "I've enhanced your frame. Don't let her get the best of you like last time." Like last time, we only know of 2 Ascendants capable of getting the best of Gabriel. Was it Luna or Alpha? Didn't Vonnegut say he didn't know where Luna was? Maybe it was Alpha. Yeah, he said that the assumed Alpha was going to bring the Grey Raven Gabriel. Assumed Alpha was going to bring the Grey Raven Gabriel has mentioned. Ah. But I'm not sure if he was misleading us. That was a hard sentence. If he really doesn't know where Luna is, it's highly likely that Alpha is nearby. Looks like we're going into the Lion's Den. We'd better formulate a plan of action. Good idea. When I was collecting personal data, Kamo mentioned that there was an unexplored area. Apparently, it's filled with the red tide and has a high punishing concentration. Before we left, Kamo said he wanted to go check it out on his own. Since Cerberus has their area covered, I think this is our best route forward. Chrome points to the dotted line drawn on the terminal. This will allow us to traverse the entire undeployed area in the shortest distance. Know what I was thinking about? Because I'm reading this, I'm not concentrated at this at all. This is just like empty dialogue. I was thinking, when we first get in this underground and we saw Gabriel, I was thinking like, yo, they want to make Gabriel the big baddie now, you know? They want to make Luna and Alpha like anti-heroes or anti-villains, whatever. And Gabriel to be the full bad guy. And then we meet Vonnegut and Cinderelic. And poor Gabriel, he will not promote to being a leader. He will always be like a goon, you know, like the old meaning of the OG meaning of the word, which is sad. I would rather them develop Gabriel as the main villain than introduce Vonnegut and Cinderelic. All right, stick to the plan. Lucia, lead the way. Roger. We have 2 captains, bro. Who is in charge? Who is the main captain here? Lucia or Chrome? Following Lucia, the team fumbles their way through the dimly lit waterway as they deploy the polyfurnaces given to them by Asimov. After reaching 65% coverage, the team has only come across hetero creatures lurking in the depths. There is no sign of ascendants. This seems way too easy. No Vonnegut, no Cinderelic, no sign of anyone. If they have not already left, then they must be observing the team from the shadows. Not really sad, Gabriel is just pathetic. Yeah, they could have made him shine. They chose not to. Like your character, you can make Gabriel shine. They just chose not to. Him betraying Luna and Alpha was a big move in the previous chapter. He could have evolved better. He could have evolved way more. He's always been pathetic. Either way, something does not feel right. Chrome suddenly raises his fist, signaling the group to stop. While we've been deploying the polyfurnaces, I've noticed that the red tide has been flowing in one direction through the pipes. I noticed that too. Is it flowing toward the greenhouse? Correct. You mean the red tide is concentrated in the greenhouse? I'm not sure, we didn't see any sign of this as we passed it. Maybe there's a secret room. Think it has anything to do with Cinderelic's mother? Chrome puts his hand to the side of his head, pondering the question for a moment. It's highly likely. Let's go back and check out the greenhouse since we aren't picking up any interference. Maybe we can find a clue. Alright, we need to make sure there aren't any unknown red tide storage areas. Seeing Lucia's serious expression, you cannot help feeling some nostalgia. She no longer looks lost. After the recent events these past few days and gaining control over her mind, the disturbance in her memory from transferring into Plume had gradually oh my, well, shut the fuck up, bro. Let's go then. The group cautiously sneaks into the greenhouse. Aside from a small number of hetero creatures, the room remains as it was before. Lucia motions to Chrome, signaling for the group to split up and search for clues. Hey, why is there a person lying on the floor? In the corner of the dark greenhouse, a construct is curled up behind a withering plant. He appears to be unconscious. Ersi, that's Ersi! His mind went into shock, knocking him unconscious. His mobility mods show varying degrees of damage. Luckily, it appears that the hetero creature didn't discover him hiding in the corner. I'll give him some emergency treatment. Continue searching for clues. Thank you. Leaving Ersi to Wanshi, the others turn around and continue searching. Under the specialized temperature control lights for cultivated plants, there are some rare green plants growing here. Yo, green orb from Resident Evil? Green plants. Careful, don't touch these plants, especially the red part. Yo, green and red, bro! Chrome remains quiet. Chrome reminds you quietly, seeing the plants catch your eye. They contain the punishing virus. Plants with the punishing virus. So it is fucking evolving, son of a bitch. I don't know how it works, but the punishing virus has begun to evolve biologically. There might also be another possibility. See, this is cool. This is a cool idea. He takes out a sample kit and protective gloves to collect a sample. We were in a hurry last time. Now's a good time to take a sample for Asimov. Right at that moment, Wanshi finally manages to resuscitate the injured construct. Ersi. Captain, where's the commandant? Ersi sounds like a girl name. I'm sorry, he's still missing. It's all my fault. If my intel hadn't misled the commandant, he wouldn't have gone to such a dangerous place alone. I thought I could find him, but I got trapped in this damn hornet's nest. Don't worry, we'll get you out of here when we locate the other construct. Can you wait here? Alright. He nods weakly. Let's keep searching. I've looked everywhere, but I couldn't find any switch you can flip and open up a door. Why would there be that kind of a switch in a run-down waterway like this? I did say this was a rough chapter. And so far it's alright. It's better than Echo Area so far. Chrome stands in the middle of the greenhouse, scanning his surroundings. Like, Echo Area was like the bottom of any chapter I read so far. That red tree. If the enemy wanted to stop us from finding the entrance, I bet they'd block it with something we wouldn't want to go near. Think it's a marker? Correct. Let's check out the tree then. Okay. Lucia nods, walks up to the tree, checks it carefully and discovers that it can be moved along with the box next to it. After moving the box, you discover a narrow passage in the floor. Bingo, let's check it out. As soon as the team squeezes out of the narrow passage, you are surprised and momentarily speechless at the strange scene before you. The dim light from the sky nourishes the surrounding red trees, and root-like pipes coil around them, revealing a peaceful but strange atmosphere. Hey, could it be that Mother Cinderelic mentioned? The tree. Oh, everyone looks up to where Kamui is pointing. An indescribable giant hangs from the root-like pipes in the collapsed cave. Body undulates as if breathing while it siphons nutrients from the red tide delivered through a pipe. This hetero creature is like a heart. Poor Ersi gets called a girl by a Tekken refugee. I said the name like a girl. Wait, yo, 222 is here? Yeah, 222 is here, Ultra. And they play the horse game, Ultra. You should hop on horse game too. You're partially right. By the way, it's absorbing nutrients. Did I miss some? It is circulating the red tide rather than accumulating it. Circulating it. So it is a heart. You're partially right. By the way it's absorbing nutrients and then exerting them, I'd say it's more like digesting it. Hear me out? Spit it out, bro. Is that why they haven't evacuated this place? Nah, let him cook, Rojack, let him cook. Possibly. Seems like we found out why the red tide is accumulating here. Commandant, we don't know its specific composition, but since this is our enemy's primary objective, destroying it should be our top priority. I'm sensing abnormally high punishing concentration. I think it's incubating something, but it's not fully developed yet. I agree with Lucia, we'd better destroy it, then collect samples for experts to analyze. But before we do, we should secure an escape route. Someone should be guarding the door. We don't know who we're up against. If they cut off our escape route, we'll drown in the red tide meant to feed this monstrosity. Isn't that why Asimov gave us those, what are the gizmos called again? Polyfurnaces. Alright, can't we just shove them up there and get the hell out? That way we kill two birds with one stone. That should work, but stick them in where? In his ass, Lucia. The team looks at the monstrosity hanging in the air. It is suspended in deep stasis, unaware of the intruder standing at the entrance to the cave. Suddenly, a sound comes from behind everyone. Wow, what the hell is that? I think I'm going to puke. Everyone turns to see a construct enter from behind. Reina, what are you doing here? I could